No matter how nice a widow is, don't sleep with her. There is no single widow on the earth. Every widow is married. When you take advantage of her, her husband will come after you. Every widow is married to a spirit. The day the husband of that widow drops dead, the spirit took over the marriage. So what spirits do? Whatever thing that attracted the widow to you, maybe she's poor or broke and you are paying her children's school fees. Whatever thing that made the widow subject to you, as soon as you sleep with her, that spirit will attack that source. This is the reason. When a man dies and the widow is young and she wants to remarry, there are laws they keep. There are certain rituals they do. If that ritual is not done for those who come from the other angle, the next man, what happened to the other man will happen to him. A spirit will kill him. So if a widow is liking you, whether young or old, be running. Go and check in your village. All the young men that widows harbored are still useless till today. The Bible said that the confidence of the rich is his money, it is wealth. The defense of the rich is his wealth. So whatever thing that gives that man boast, the spirit of that widow, of her husband, will take it. Not the spirit of her late husband. Anytime a man checks out, a spirit takes over the wife. There is no single widow, even in church, on the streets, in the tradition, anywhere. There is no single widow anywhere. Every widow is married to a spirit. That ritual you see them do before a widow marries another man is to separate her from the spirit that is married to her. I'm not telling you that that widow is married to a demon alone. Even God, as a spirit, marries them. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded. For thou shalt not be put to shame, for thou shalt forget the shame of the youth, and shalt not remember the...
Okay, so I respect that different cultures have traditions surrounding widowhood, and that's okay. And everyone has the right to their beliefs, okay? However, I don't believe it is right to present personal opinions or cultural practices as though they are biblical doctrine. The Bible teaches us to honor marriage and to care for widows. But where does the Bible say that every widow remains spiritually married to the spirit of her late husband? Where does the Bible say that any man who marries a widow or becomes intimate with a widow is automatically under a spiritual curse unless certain rituals are performed? If those verses exist, I would genuinely like to see them. If someone chooses to follow cultural rites, that is their decision. But we should be careful not to place fear on widows or discourage godly remarriage with teachings that are not found in the Bible. The Bible teaches that marriage ends with death. So a widow or widower who chooses to remarry is free to do so. That is a personal decision between them and God. Widows have already endured enough pain. They deserve compassion, they deserve love, they deserve support. They deserve to rebuild their lives, not fear of condemnation based on teachings that are not clearly supported by the Bible. This sounds more like a cultural belief or personal opinion than biblical doctrine. If I'm mistaken, please show me the scriptures. I'm open to learning, but I don't believe fear should be preached where God's word does not.